Welcome to episode 39 of Randall Vision. I'm your host, Randall. And today we have a topic for you that's hatred. And the impromptu nature of this was spurred by reading a tweet about fascist Thelemites, or an organization of fascist Thelemites, and that being concerning. And I think that, yes, it is it's concerning enough that I took a moment from my sunbathing here to respond. And I started going down a rabbit hole of hey, how do we sort this shit out? And the solution to me is kind of simple, but I suck at it. And so maybe me talking about the idea will help others who could do it better than me do it, or whatever. And the way I think about that is kind of like propaganda or whatever. You do your thing, not propaganda. Propaganda implies that you're lying while you do it. Do your thing and show that it's better demonstrably. Be good at living, or I don't know how to put because promising people a solution to their problems isn't what I'm talking about. But so to the hatred thing, I know the knee-jerk reaction to combat fascism is to go yell at Nazis or punch Nazis or something, and it's more nuanced than that. I can identify, not in the racist or fascist sense, but in the hate sense. Hate is a thing that I was familiar with in my life. And of all things that I hated, you would never guess, humanity. I was a misanthrope. And it's hard to live like that. If you despise what you are and everyone else, that's not an easy thing to deal with. But I get it. I get hate because I've felt it, or what. And it's amusing. The argument I was going to put forth here was that left versus right. Let's use that as our dichotomy, because that's what people look at. Well, I look at that conflict in terms of the tolerance paradox. Well, the tolerance paradox has been resolved. There isn't a hypocrisy or the hypocrisy is necessary, that you must exclude those who exclude, or else exclusion runs rampant. You can't do that. It doesn't work, and that's objective. So idea doesn't need to go beyond it. That's kind of the whole crux of the argument. And you're not less of a person to fall on the left of that, because that is correct. That it's not a debate. That's just how it is. So how do we help and reach out to those misguided folk that think that oh, since I fall in the benefiting demographic, that it's okay to exclude others? That, the amount of mental gymnastics involved in thinking that way is far more extreme that just because they haven't named the arbitrary way in which they are going to discriminate you, or that you will be dead by the time they decide to discriminate against you, those are not like valid arguments to believe that way, or what. Like it, I don't know, and for people to continually come up with that kind of conclusion of like, that's the way I want to go with my life. So I don't know, man. Like, it's so this is where I was going to go with that. That metaphysically speaking, I think those people are stuck on materialism. That the fawns are running through the woods. Very nice. Materialist thinking leads to that kind of bullshittery. That like asserting how much this matters and that things have to be a way and like all it. I lost my hate when I moved past materialism. Like that they're not compatible. So, oh, and this is one thing. Like, I don't want to start talking. Just okay, yeah, we'll save that for another day. What I'm saying is like, do your thing and do it well. Show other people that doing it your way's beneficial to not only yourself but to those around you, or that benefiting those around you benefits yourself, or it's like a feedback loop. Yeah, one day we'll do a deep dive on the magic penny one day. That's something that rattled around in my head not too long ago, and I'm like, oh shit, was that the beginning? Have I had the answers all along? I did. I guess I did. No, life's good, man. Like, why you be hating? Oh, here's the other. So there's a knife, in a metaphysical knife that cuts us all. Like, those of us who exist have been cut by the knife. This knife is the suffering of existence or whatever. And in this metaphor, those that currently fall on the right side of that fascist, anti-fascist divide, they are cut deeper by the knife, I think. Maybe, don't quote me on a one-to-one anecdotal level, but like, I think that's kind of like the Buddhist or Eastern mindset of those that harbor hate damage themselves more than others. So that's why I'm not like hasty to like go dunk on fascists or whatever. Like, they're suffering, and me being what do you call it, timid or not trepidation, reluctant to go in and try to stick my nose where it doesn't belong and assist those folks coming to a place where there is less suffering. I'm not a hands-on guy. I'm not trained to do that. That's what I was talking about. That like this solution, this plan I have, I'm not good at executing it, and I'm not trying to like rally an army of people to do things my way. That would be stupid. We've seen how well that has gone, or whatever, historically speaking. So, from one individual to another, the way you can conduct yourself in the world is such that you exemplify the value of being inclusive or adhering to liberty or whatever. Like, the fact that people have genitals and that they want to do stuff with those genitals, dude, that's not my fucking problem. Like, I don't care. Like, that doesn't violate liberty, no matter what, no matter who's doing what, you know, and to, like I said, within the bounds of liberty. Like, yeah, there's plenty of things you could do wrong with genitals, and there's laws against that, but like, we don't need to come up with new laws for specific things. Dude, that's fucking weird. Why would anyone waste their time and think that that's like a concern of some sort? Like, I don't. Okay, so now I just want to talk. I'm lonely. I should probably wrap this up. So yeah, follow Marco Visconti on Twitter, because he convinced me to. Oh yeah, so this issue too, like, this is those of you that stuck around, you could talk about ideas, you could talk about events, or you could talk about people, and I do my best to not talk about people. So this video was not prompted by a person, but rather an event that was called to my attention and interrupted my sun worship here. Relax, have a good time. That's what we're here for, right? Like, and two, I'm not telling people to never be angry, never be hateful. Maybe never be hateful. That might be okay to say that. To never be angry, that's unrealistic. There's plenty of valid things to be angry about, and it's what you do to correct that in the world. And two, my oversimplifications of how to go about things is not to be mimicked. Like, nothing would ever get done. Like, I don't do anything. I sit on my ass and conjecture, or what. I'm one of them armchair people. I don't do stuff. I used to do stuff. I was a person once. Now I'm retired. That's what these videos are. I think this is my retirement. Oh, but the hate. I didn't even. This was not a very personal video. I didn't talk about I a lot. At least I don't think. This was actually oriented around like the topic at hand, which is cool. Yeah, no real anecdotes either. Like I said, I do have a couple anecdotes, but we're not doing them here. And yeah, relax. Remember, wow, it's been a while since I watched one of my own videos. Remember, you're a sovereign individual. Do what thou wilt.